Hey, what's up, y'all? BEOTCG here. Sorry we keep it a little bit quiet. My girl's currently sleeping. But I wanted to bring a little bit more of a metagamed type of profile. This is what I would consider most likely a standard REZAEL list is going to look like for here in the EN on the West. There's really not that much FATED Clash content going up right now for the Western side of Vanguard. So you really have to dig for that like JP FATED Clash stuff. So I figured I would give you guys a quick rundown of what I feel like the standard version of this deck is most likely going to look like. Give or take a couple of cards, of course. Going on to our grade 3s here. Playing 3 copies of your main man REZAEL, 2 copies of Gigantic Masher. This is basically your 28k beater just because you're playing REZAEL. 1 of the Cup, just because REZAEL kind of is kind of crutched on Persona rides. You have like so many ways to see it, so it's not even like that much of a problem, but you're a little bit crutched on being able to Persona ride, so you could hit those really like giant numbers that this deck is actually able to hit, like barring triggers, of course. And then getting on to the rest of our order package, we're playing 4 copies of Cleared World. Now this can range from like 2 to 4 copies depending on the REZAEL deck, but this is just something that REZAEL can, like, with the order package, or the grade 2 of the order package, of course, you could really take advantage of, it's 60 degrees in here and there's like a fly flying around refusing to die. You could really just take advantage of this basically pot of greed effect on top of the generic order grade 2 that you are playing in this deck. Which, speaking of her, 4 copies of Tiflt. Tiflt is really good, like, all around for REZAEL. She's good in the early game. If you do see your wisdom, she's good at the late game. She's good in the mid game just because she's naturally a 20k beater if your opponent's grade 3 or greater. She's very expensive right now for a reason. Also, Cleared World is also very expensive right now for a reason. 4 copies of Biscotti, your Energy Cycler, and then 4 copies of Gentle Beauty Nubia. This is your archetypal grade 2 for REZAEL. This is something that does help you retrieve Persona Ride. It is counterblast though, so this deck can be a little bit counterblast heavy. REZAEL does have its own countercharger, but it's something that you can easily manage. And he's also a 20k beater, if your opponent's grade 3 or greater. So just another 20k beater. 4 copies of the promo dog. This just came out for English, so obviously in REZAEL, this is just something that can be easily abused, man. Like, I was playing against this deck in the Constructed Cup. I barely won, dude. I had to grind him out, and it was just the amount of card advantage and the amount of board presence this deck can create can be quite daunting. And then 2 copies of Aerial Sage. This is the REZAEL countercharger. He's also a 13k booster as well. And then 2 copies of Topaz. It's so good. If you're able to run this in a Keter, if you're able to run 2 in a Keter deck, there's no reason not to. It's just really one of the better, if not the best, of the Jeweled Beast series. But getting onto the rest of the deck, 3 DPGs, 1 Blitz Order PG, and then really nothing much to say here in terms of triggers. 4 regular heals. I'm running 8 vanilla crits in this build. You can run the into soul crit. I just didn't figure that would be something that would be needed in this build. It's very easy to manage your resources, even though you can get a little bit drained on soul and you can go a little heavy into the paint on the counterblast. But if you do have them, it's better to have them and not need them than to need them and not have them. 3 of the effect fronts, and then one of the blue OT is Farto. Man, I've been telling y'all about this blue over trigger. Like literally in the beginning I was telling y'all about you can go back to my past videos, bro. I was telling y'all about this blue over trigger. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, definitely one of the more competitive decks of Fated Clash. It's just very good all around, man. It has a really good early game. Mid to late game can also be very great. It's just a very good what would I call, like a tempo deck, or it's a very good, I wouldn't necessarily call it straight aggro. It's a very good deck at keeping pace of what your opponent is doing. But anyways, guys, I know this is a little bit of a shorter profile than normal. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, what you thought about the deck profile down below. If you want me to do a little bit more standardized lists like this, just kind of running down what the deck generally looks like upon release or within a week or two of release, let me know. We are very close to that 1K mark, and once we do reach that 1K mark, we're going to be giving out 10 to 15 of these. This is our channel banner, so go ahead and check that out once you hit that like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, we're just going to be giving these away to our subscribers, so make sure you're around for that. Anyways, y'all have a great night. Later.